What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Thank you for tapping into the channel again. In this episode with the third Gen Camaro, the plan is to finish the brakes, redo the differential because that thing's been leaking in my garage since I got it in here, and then we need to check the transmission fluid because last time I looked at it, it looked empty. So we got to make sure that's solid. So enjoy the video. A 373 gear and a posi, I was able to finesse the thing on, but there's no action at all from the front side, which is for the rear brake. I just wasted money. All right, so we're about to go ahead and start installing these new calipers. Obviously need to get the old ones off. Should be quick. This shouldn't be a complicated job at all. Fingers crossed though. You never know with this damn thing. New calipers are on, same old pads, but honestly, them shits were so new, it would have been kind of dumb to swap them out. Done deal. Honestly, I considered doing a coat of paint as well, but I didn't feel like waiting to throw them on, so I just threw them on.
That's too damn bad!
Honestly, the gray, it's fine with me. It's not like this is a show car. As long as they work, that's really what's important. Okay, so now that we got the brakes done, I'm going to switch gears and go ahead and get this differential knocked out. And then tomorrow or whatever time I'm able to enlist the wife to come out and give me a hand with stomping the pedal, then we'll go ahead and knock that out.
Stop it.
So anyway, let's get to this diff. Diff cover off. Use wire wheel brush to clean around the gasket as much as possible. The SPID tag said the car came with a 373 gear and a posi, but I'm not sure. In an attempt to verify the gear set, that's the GM part number. Looks like 11 by 41. But let me know in the comments. We cleaned it up a little bit and we're about to just give it a nice quick coat of spray paint. Black, nothing crazy, nothing special. And then after that, we'll put some new RTV on it, let it sit for a little while to cure. Then we're going to slap this thing back together and get some fluid in there. The fluid that we have, if anyone's wondering, is Mobile One, full synthetic. It has the limited slip additive in there. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and finish cleaning this off and give it a coat of paint real quick and before we start throwing it on.
Wait a minute.
Nothing extra special, nothing crazy, but it's done. I don't know if y'all were expecting that to be super nice by the time I was finished. It's literally just a diff cover, so lower your expectations. All right, chill. But we got that thing done. So now we're about to start throwing everything together and like I said, get some fluid into it. And so we got the diff cover back on, everything back together for the most part. So we're just letting that cure and let it chill overnight. Probably over tomorrow as well before we add gear oil to it, just to make sure, give it as much time as possible because I'm hoping it doesn't leak again because the leak from the differential has been annoying. This stuff has to get done, so yeah, just kind of has to happen. Something super random, the light that broke, and I think it was episode 5.
Flashback.
With my luck, of course, as I start cleaning that, I dropped my handheld light through there and straight into the bucket. When it fell into a bucket, I fixed it earlier today. What it was that the power wire from the battery, the solder came off. So I just soldered it again, but literally one bang of the light and that shit broke again. So I'm gonna try to fix this thing more permanently. Super random, I know.
A few moments later.
Y'all know we take the wins we can get around here. That light again. So for proof, I have both. They both work. So that's fixed. On another note, since we got the rear end complete now, we did the rear diff. We still need to put fluid in it, but that's done. We did the gas tank. So that's it for the back. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these Panhard bars on. I thought they both were what made the Panhard bar. Turns out one of them is a Panhard, one is a support bar. I was trying to figure it out last night because the actual Panhard bar had this bolt that was completely stuck inside of the hole. So I had to run by a shop that had a press to have them press it out. But whatever, I'm rambling now. Let's go ahead and get these Panhard bars on. It gets to a point where I feel like it wouldn't be me if everything wasn't a pain in the ass. So I got, for the most part, everything on the passenger side first. Going to the driver's side, the Panhard bars, virtually impossible to line up. I think I need to put it on the driver's side first, on the part that connects to the axle, and then maybe it'll be a little bit easier lining it up the opposite way. So I'm gonna try that and see if that works. That ended up not being the case. I was able to finesse the thing on. The Panhard bar and the support bar is on, so the rear end's done. A lot has transpired since the last clip. Honestly, I don't remember what the last clip was at this point. Long story less long. The wife and I came out. We were trying to bleed the brakes. It didn't really take much to bleed the front. So the front brakes were perfectly fine at this point. Problem became with the rear. When pressing the pedal, I had the master cylinder cap off. I was noticing that it was squirting out of the rear area for the front brakes, but there's no action at all from the front side, which is for the rear brakes. I would occasionally get a bubble or two, which, I mean, clearing air out of the lines, it makes sense, but I never got enough pressure to actually make any fluid move for the most part outside of those couple air bubbles. So honestly, I'm just going to throw money at it. I'm going to replace the master cylinder and hope that it works.
Hold up.
Shout out to Dana, who commented it and let me know that the car was in gear. I did notice that the axles were spinning while the car was running, but I didn't pay that much mind to it, thinking it was for the most part normal. But it was definitely in gear. So shout out to you, Dana. Thank you for that comment. From that comment, I looked under the car and the shifting linkage wasn't even connected. So easy fix. Actually got it in park now, so that's one less thing we have to worry about, burning the transmission and all that jazz. So got that fixed. Thanks again for that. Okay, so a few days have gone by. We already have our master cylinder here from throwing money at the car, hoping we'd fix the problem. I'm going to go ahead and swap those wheel cylinders out. I already got them. And hopefully we can get this thing bled finally. And then we'll be able to finally, hopefully, take this thing on its first drive, because I'm really excited to see what these 373 gears feel like. So let's go ahead and get to work.
One eternity later.
That was an absolute battle, but we got it done. That's the passenger side. And we just finished up with the driver's side. So everything's on and back together. I got to a point where I needed to just focus on that and not worry about trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep the time lapse going. So I cut it off. You guys got the gist of it for the most part. You guys probably know how to do it better than I do. This is my first time messing with drum brakes. So yeah, it was interesting. I learned a lot there. That's done. So now the job is obviously bleeding these brakes and hoping we have better luck. I actually need to go ahead and put some more fluid in the system and pump the brakes a bit and see, make sure that everything's solid there. So back to work. You know the deal. All right, so we're gonna call it here. We have the rear brakes working. We have the handbrake working now, and then we also have park. So it should be good. We're gonna eventually swap that out to drum or to disc brakes. So I'm honestly not too worried about it. I think we can at least send it for the first drive the way it is now. We're moving on. So that's it for this episode. We're done with the brakes. In the next episode, we have to get the Y pipe back on. We pulled that off, and actually I ended up wasting money on another Y pipe until I realized that the HO Y pipe is completely different. That's been sitting over here. But we'll be using the original Y pipe with the extension on it for the heat riser delete. And I just need a donut gasket, and then I'll be putting that back on. But I need to have a homie with the welder come out and extract those broken bolts. And then from there, we really just need tires. So maybe next episode we'll be able to get this thing on the road. That's the plan at least. So we'll see. So I'll see you guys then. It's been real. Peace.